Here with our trades, Steve Grasso, CEO of Grasso Global and a fast money trader. First up, Steve, welcome. And let's go to Palantir, set to be added to the NASDAQ 100. Was on the New York Stock Exchange until recently. Shares are lower today. The stock has surged more than 300% this year. Top performer in the S&P 500. You now favor this one. You didn't recently.
That is true, Tyler. I did not favor it. I thought it was going to be in the target of the Department of Government Efficiency that Musk and Vivek are leading. You know, 35% of the revenues are derived from the government, specifically and dominantly from the U.S. government. If those margins are at risk, the stock should go lower. But when I start to see Elon Musk make comments about the next war will be fought with drone swarms versus jets, and Palantir is dabbling with JVs in the drone department, it makes me think that there could be an underlying bid with the name, and especially because artificial intelligence on one hand, drone technology on the other hand, put them two together. Government is going to be there leading, knocking down their door for investments within the company, and they have had the ability to expand their commercial business as well. So I'm 80% there, but for the purposes of this segment, we're going to call this one a buy.
It's up more than the only thing that can outdo Palantir is the next stock, Steve, which is MicroStrategy, also joining the NASDAQ 100. But to be fair, very, very different fundamentals between these two companies. MicroStrategy is up more than 500% this year, building on Bitcoin's 150% gain. You going near this?
Yeah, this is one that I would, I'm a bull in Bitcoin, Kelly. And when you look at MicroStrategies, it's basically a 3.5 times play on the performance of Bitcoin. So it bites both ways, both up and down. And by the way, is there any better advocate for Bitcoin than Michael Saylor? He is unbelievable. I don't know if he's been on your show, but I saw him on Sarah's show today, I believe, and he just knocked the ball out of the park. If you look at the convertible notes where he's raising money and then putting it right back in buying Bitcoin, he owns the most digital assets of any company, and we have the most pro-Bitcoin administration ever. So if you couple those two things together and think about it, you're going to start to see if President-elect Trump pushes a Bitcoin reserve, other countries are going to get pushed for a Bitcoin reserve. If that happens, you're going to see, even though
you're not concerned,
Microsoft
Steve, about
voted it down.
You're not concerned. I take your point. Maybe people put Bitcoin in the corporate balance sheet, but you're not concerned about the other side of this trade here, if or when it goes through a correction?
Oh, I'm always concerned. I'm a trader, so you have to put in some smart losses. But I will tell you, Kelly, what the HODL community that just sits there and says we're looking out 20, 25 years in Bitcoin, and you don't have to look out that far. Look at the performance coming out of the election. So when people want to hold it, you have to, as with any other stock I ever mentioned, any other stock that anyone buys on your show or through your show, you should always be using stops to the downside. But unfortunately, you can get forced out of these plays because a lot of times they are so volatile. So big risk, big reward. I'm always worried, but I'm a believer in the long story of Bitcoin.
All right, let's move to one that I know you're not as fond of. Talk about a company that has seen its revenues shrivel. That would be Moderna.
Yeah, Tyler. So Moderna is my bail on this one. I'll just put it in simple terms. In 2022, they made over $19 billion on the vaccine. This year, they're forecast to make $3 to $3.5 billion off the vaccine. The vaccine is still 95% of their revenues. Do you want to buy a stock that has those fundamentals?
No.
I don't.